As you know, or hopefully inferred, I'm an author. Aspiring author. Oh, my bad. I'm an aspiring writer? No, you are a writer. You're just not an author yet. What's the difference? Well, a writer is someone who... You know what? It doesn't matter. This video is about AI, not what writers should call themselves. As an aspiring author, when all this AI technology first came out, I was pretty terrified that AI could take my place writing fiction. All this technology came out of nowhere, and it seems to be developing so fast. Like many people in the writing industry, I was really afraid. However, in college, I also studied computer engineering, and the engineering side of myself could not get my hands on this technology fast enough. For school, my senior project was making a machine learning autonomous car. It was basically a little RC car that we made that went around a track. In the coming months, I plan on creating a video game that has enemies that use AI to make different decisions. I do that with the hopes of maybe attracting some employers and interviews, because at this point, I don't make any money on YouTube or Instagram or TikTok. I'm also nowhere near publishing a book, so yeah. Anyway, when it comes to the writing world, AI is a very controversial topic, and for good reasons. I mean, come on, those language models had to come from somewhere. That being said, due to my understanding of AI technology and my experience using AI tools, I'm not really afraid of AI taking over my job as an author. I truly do not believe that AI can replace us authors. Rather, I think it's a cool, almost sci-fi-like tool that we can use in our writing journeys. So in this video, I've broken down 4 key ways I think AI can be very helpful in your writing journey. The first thing I find AI very helpful with is correcting errors. Personally, I make a lot of errors. Dude, did you spell tomorrow wrong? Did I? I spell that wrong all the time. At this point, I think autocorrect just assumes I'm trying to spell it wrong. I thought you were an author. This is like a 3rd grade level word. Yeah, so I just use spell check. What is this, the 1500s? This one is pretty straightforward. These AI tools such as ChatGPT are built upon language models, so they excel at finding grammatical mistakes. Even Grammarly, which I swear by, uses AI to help find mistakes in your writing. This can be really helpful to find the basic mistakes in your draft so you can focus on the big issues. Now, keep in mind these AI tools are not a replacement for an editor. Why would I hire an editor when I can just use AI to solve my grammatical mistakes? I mean, editors do so much more than check the grammar of the story. They make sure the characters are being well developed, they check on the plot, make sure the main theme of the book is being enforced throughout the story. I genuinely don't know what any of that stuff means. Let me ask you a question. Were you just gonna run this through Grammarly and just release it out into the world? Yeah, pretty much. That's what I always did in school, and I always got A's. Seriously, if you can afford one, hire an editor. If you can't afford one, you have to be very thorough when you edit your own novel. AI is not a substitute for a good editor. I think right now is a great time to mention that one of the key parts of AI that makes it sometimes irreliable is its ability to hallucinate and therefore not always give you the most accurate results. I just thought I'd mention that in case you thought that this technology was completely perfect. It's not. Whenever you're doing anything with AI, you always have to have people keeping an eye on it. If you write a draft and you push it through some software and then expect to publish it, you're going to get a lot of 1-star reviews. Similar to editing, but not quite the same, I like to learn from AI when it comes to writing. Sometimes I put a paragraph I wrote into ChatGPT just to see what it would tell me to improve. A lot of times we'll offer different word choices or sentence structures, and it's interesting for me to look at it and decide if that's actually a better choice for my writing. Sometimes I ask it to write my paragraph in a different tense or tone just to see how it'll change things up. And no, I say this isn't exactly editing because I wouldn't recommend you edit your book like this. Some of the improvements it made seemed very good while others were kind of clunky. But I found this really helpful as a tool that told me kind of what I should look for when I went back to edit my novel. It kind of opened my eyes to some of the different ways I can improve my writing. The second area where I found AI technology to be super useful when it comes to writing a book is research. Let's be real, we've all spent way too much time doing research for our books. I'm just going to research this one thing and then I'm going to get writing. Supercolliders are a collider in which superconducting magnets are used to accelerate particles to energies of millions of megavolts. Personally, I've been using ChatGPT recently for my research and I love it. Now, when I first start my research, I love to go to YouTube to get a thorough understanding. But once I've done that, I really like to use these AI tools to really fill in the gaps of my understanding. The part I really like about them is you can ask really specific questions about certain parts and it'll give you an answer. This is a lot easier than having to understand every single thing just to answer your one little question. The best part about using it for research is the majority of your research doesn't go into your book anyway, or at least it shouldn't. You're not writing an encyclopedia, you're telling a story. Therefore, it's okay if what you learn from AI isn't perfect. That is, unless you're writing nonfiction. I kind of forget you people exist. The third way writers can use AI as a tool is for brainstorming. No, AI is not creative, but we're only using it to spark our own imaginations. Think of it as exploring writing prompts or those really bad story idea generators. You can ask AI to generate prompts on certain topics and see if they generate ideas. You can also use it to help you generate character names or names for fictional locations. What I like about this is you can really get specific when you ask what type of name you want it to make. For example, you can ask for longer names or shorter names or names that sound nicer or more aggressive to the ear. Get creative with it. Generate me an alien name that no reader will ever be able to say correctly. Perfect. My readers will love this. The fourth and final way I think AI can be used for authors might seem a little controversial, but I'm going to go for it anyway. Let me start this by saying I do not believe that AI art should be used commercially. None of these tips have been about replacing genuine work with AI content. My tip here is to use AI artwork to help with your descriptions and brainstorming. Similar to how writers use Pinterest, which for the record is copyrighted material. A good example of this tip is what I did last weekend in my challenge to write a novella in one weekend. And for the record, as you can see, this cover is clearly not AI. I made it on Canva, don't make fun of me. Without getting into too much detail, the story is about a futuristic space station that survives by eating other space stations. I found the idea I had for this space station super challenging to describe, so I turned to AI art to help me. Using the prompts, I did the best I could to describe what I thought this thing would look like in my head, and the images it spit out really helped me put my description into better words. For reference, before I used AI, this is what I came up with. I am not a good artist. I know. When it came to describing the space station, the AI tools just gave me a lot more to work with. Similarly, I think this technology can also come in handy when it comes to making covers. Now hear me out. I'm not saying to make AI covers. Where it can help is not creating the cover, but giving the cover artist a better idea of what you're looking for. If I show an artist this, they're going to be confused. I have a relative who's an artist, and one of the problems I've had before when I ask them to make me art for something is a lot of times is a lack of communication. In those cases, a lot of times we had to go back and forth where they would create something and explain, no, this isn't what I want something more like this. And I felt bad because I felt like I was wasting a lot of their time. But they were committed to creating what I was looking for. So I think it's a good idea to kind of use this technology and get like a base for what you kind of want, and then the artist can really bring it to life. That being said, I get the temptation. AI art is a lot cheaper than hiring a skilled cover artist. However, if you're going to try to save money on any part of your book, I think the worst part to try to save money is the first thing the reader's going to see. Like, seriously? My mom said you shouldn't judge a book by its cover, so why would I put time, money, or effort into the cover of my book? That's just an expression. The cover is the first thing the reader sees. Everyone judges a book by their cover. These are 4 ways I think AI can be used as a tool for authors. If you're lazy and you try to have AI do everything for you, your writing is going to suck. Take this video, for example. The entire script was actually written by AI. I'm just kidding. The script is right here. That would have been an insane twist though, right? I actually prompted ChatGPT to make a script for this video, and it was interesting. I'll show you. And there you have it, folks. AI is not here to replace your creativity, but to amplify it. By integrating these powerful tools into your writing process, you can unlock new possibilities and refine your craft. If you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up, subscribe for more content, and don't forget to click the notification bell. Happy writing, and I'll see you in the next video. That was the conclusion that ChatGPT created for this video. As you can see, it's pretty generic, but it is somewhat close to what I would say, except for the notification bell. I never say to click that. I don't even know what that does. Send notifications, obviously, I guess. Anyway, click it, do all that stuff that AI told you to do. If there's another way you use AI for writing, be sure to let me know about it in the comments. Finally, if you enjoyed this video, I have a feeling you'll like this one too, so be sure to give it a watch. Thanks for watching, and good luck on your work in progress.